I've often heard people say that South Africa and South Africans shouldn't think themselves more special than other African countries and shouldn't try to be separate from them. I think that is a very stupid and bad idea. That is a notion we should have no part of because the truth is South Africa is the America of Africa. That is more true than it has ever been, and it has always been true. And just like the Americans who view themselves to be on some sort of a different scale and call it American exceptionalism, I believe South Africa and South Africans should see themselves the same. As a matter of fact, if you really look into it, South Africa and America are more alike than they are different. They have so many great similarities, so many. And just like America, South Africa can build such a great, wonderful, booming country. Now, America has its problems, but so does South Africa. We don't need to be like them. What I'm saying is the similarities are there.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And the element of being special is absolutely there. And it's more visible, especially here in Africa, when you look at who else is on this continent and what South Africa is. We are underperforming and we're still at the top in so many things. And we can compete with people all over the world quite easily. Imagine if we were really organized, effective, and efficient.
Okay.
There are a couple of points to the idea of American exceptionalism. Some of these apply to South Africa, and we should start seeing ourselves in this way because, in truth, this is what South Africa is actually. American exceptionalism in a few points. First, they see their country as being one led by divine providence and has a religious destiny. We should start seeing South Africa definitely in that way because, in my view, it is that way. Look at all that has happened in this country. Second, American exceptionalism embraces democratic ideals as a universal model. Third, the individual liberty. They embrace individual liberty and rights. Free market capitalism is above all. Geographic isolation and abundant resources. Unique founding documents and principles. Manifest destiny and territorial expansion. Are you starting to see the picture? I'm talking about American exceptionalism, but I'm saying this applies to South Africa as well. Number 8, cultural diversity, social mobility and meritocracy, military and economic dominance, technological innovation, a unique democracy, the rule of law, and a Protestant work ethic. What I'm describing is American exceptionalism. If you didn't know, you would think I was describing South Africa. That is why I say South Africa should start to see itself as exceptional on this continent and in the world, just like America does, but in our own way. The Americans have a republican form of government, which means each state runs itself and has its own particular laws. And this is a system that was proposed previously in South Africa, and after 30 years of ANC rule, it has become more relevant than ever and more necessary than ever. We have a new course available for our boys. It's for boys between the ages of 10 and 18. It's called the Men of the Bible course, Manhood, Masculinity, and Becoming a Man. We take the boys through 12 stories of men from the Bible, pulling out negative lessons, positive lessons, and then one major lesson. We round off each lesson with notable points on doctrine and theology. We need our young men to become men. Decentralize the power. Let every province have its own unique identity, running itself, a frontier spirit and individualism, opposition to monarchy and aristocracy, a missionary role in global affairs, self-governance and federalism, and a patriotic civic religion. This is how South Africans should see themselves, should behave, and what we should adopt. We should see ourselves as exceptions in Africa and in the world and a country apart, and not subscribe to this stupid idea of our African brothers and all of this. What nonsense.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
The conclusion is very simple. South Africa is an exceptional country. We should start seeing ourselves that way, and in many ways we already do, and we should act like it and not apologize for it. A saying, money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. Nelson Mandela. Our country is about freedom, and so is America. And freedom is a core principle in the identity of our country, just like it is in the United States. I'm not saying we need to be just like them, wouldn't want to be. I'm saying we have some things in common with them, and one of those things is that we are a country apart and exceptional from many other countries in this world. And for that, I offer no apology. I recommend we take this on because it is already a fact. We have a new course available for our boys. It's for boys between the ages of 10 and 18. It's called the Men of the Bible course, Manhood, Masculinity, and Becoming a Man. We take the boys through 12 stories of men from the Bible, pulling out negative lessons, positive lessons, and then one major lesson. We round off each lesson with notable points on doctrine and theology. We need our young men to become men.
Nkosi Sikelel, Nkosi Sikelel, Iafrika,
Thank you for listening. If you dare, buy us a coffee. The link is in the description.